Okay, this video, I'm going to interview you. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to jump right into it because I don't know what else to say. Can you share what was your understanding of autism before I was diagnosed, before I told you and you realized that you had it?
Um, I had thought it was more of a mental illness and one where a child just refused all contact with people.
They didn't want to be
They
touched,
didn't
they
want to
didn't
be
want to hang
touched
out.
or emotional contact or physical contact, any of it.
I think a lot of people thought that. I think I probably thought that. If you think about it, that's Rain Man. Yeah. What made you start learning either more about autism or what made you question about if it fit you?
When you were diagnosed and started telling me.
Oh, really? Was it me being diagnosed or
Right.
was it me telling you these are the traits and symptoms?
Both.
Really? Why? Why did that make you?
Because when you told me the traits, well, when you were diagnosed and you said it's genetic, and I thought, okay, she thinks I have it, but maybe I don't. But then you start, the shyness and the dreaming and the social awkwardness, and it made me start thinking, oh, she might be right.
I wonder, now that we've made videos where we've explained autism, how to get a diagnosis, and then we have another one where we talk about female traits. Has that helped you to understand it more?
Oh, yes, it has.
Has it helped you to recognize yourself as autism more, or are you questioning it? You may think you don't have it.
No, I think I do have it.
Oh, really? Okay. Because you're allowed to disagree with me. Okay, next question. How have social situations felt for you across your life? Like in terms of effort, exhaustion, anything like that. Just how have socializing been for you?
Very difficult. And when I was younger, it was like a one-on-one person I could do. But if there was a group of people, like at a party, then I would kind of sit in a corner and just observe. Um, I've gotten better at that in my old age.
So you can still learn.
Yeah, so I'm a lot more social than I used to be. But
And you said even in elementary school that you were called shy and stuff.
I'm a dreamer because I'd always be daydreaming.
And I told you I found that one report card. I think you were in third grade, and it was like, Donna is such a good student, but if only she wasn't so shy, or something like
something
that.
like that.
Something like that. Or that teacher put, and I thought, oh, she's not shy. That was autism, but nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Do you think you have ever had to consciously think about how to interact socially? Did you have to put effort and conscious thought into it, or was it different? Like you just avoided it?
I just avoided it, or I'd just go, like if I have to, be around a group of people at school or whatever, I'd just be the observer, or talk to one or two people at a time, and that was it.
So it wasn't any conscious thought. It was just,
It wasn't
this
a
is
conscious thought.
how I dealt with the emotions, basically. Okay. After, even before you learned you had autism, after you socialize, do you get drained? Is it like exhausting?
I haven't noticed that.
Okay, I get drained. It tends to be exhausting for me. Okay. When it comes to autism, there's sensory issues. Do you have any sensory issues?
Light and sound.
Explain.
My eyes are very sensitive to light. Like that light there is
Bothering you?
bothering me. And loud noises I don't like. I keep my TV turned down.
And you've always been very sensitive to smells.
Yes, and smells.
So a lot of texture
But
issues.
I haven't noticed anything with like clothing or texture that way. Just
Except I like to rub my jeans.
well, I do like to rub my jeans because the denim is soft and it feels good.
I didn't notice that you ever did that before.
I don't wear jeans very often.
I wonder if I copied it from you.
Maybe.
What about routines? Do you need routines?
I do routines. Just getting up at the same time every morning and drinking my coffee and playing my games and just taking my time before I shower and make my bed before I leave and stuff like that.
Like Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got to have this time, So the other day I overslept 2 hours, and that knocked me way off.
It put you off kilter. Do you have to do certain things on certain days and stuff?
No, I do that every day.
Okay. We've already answered all of those. Looking back now, do parts of your life make more sense now that you realize you have autism?
Yes.
How so?
It's probably why I was unsuccessful at job interviews, because I didn't know how to sell myself. Say, why should we hire you? I don't know why. I got the degree, hire me.
Yeah, it's not about confidence. It's about ask a better question. Like,
and I never was able to make eye contact, and they probably thought, she's not gonna fit in.
Oh, maybe, maybe. What about, like, that's job interviews, but what about when you were in elementary school or growing up? Does any of that look different to you now that you recognize you had autism?
Yeah, because I didn't want to do things like in junior high school when all girls were wanting to try out for cheerleading. And my aunt said, yes, you want to be a cheerleader, but no, I did not, because I didn't want to get up in front of everybody and audition.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Do you think being a woman has affected, like, you being recognized as being autistic?
I don't know.
Really? Do you think, do you think you mask? Because we've talked about how in our other videos women will hide some of their behaviors. Do you think you hide?
I do, to some extent, because I pretend that I'm more confident than I am. That kind of thing. So I guess that would consider. But.
So if you're pretending you're more confident than you are, does that mean you make yourself speak up or say things or look at people even though you would rather not?
Right.
Okay. So you do mask.
Some, yeah.
Okay.
Although, with that said, I'm getting better at being more open without the masking.
Oh, are you? Okay.
To a certain group of people.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced burnout? Do you know what I mean by burnout?
I do, but I'm not sure. I can't really think of a good example right now.
Yeah, I guess I should explain to everybody. Autistic burnout is supposedly when you become very overwhelmed or stressed or depressed after being in an environment where you've had to mask for a long time, or after you've been in a very sensory stimulating environment. Some people on the spectrum will describe after socializing, they need a couple of days where they're just isolated and alone and don't have to talk to anybody. Or after being in a really stimulating environment, like, I don't know, maybe they went to a concert, like why you would if you have those, but maybe they went to a concert. And so after that, they need time alone and quiet to recover. And some adult women who say they've had to mask their entire lives have experienced a lot of depression, and they think it's actually autistic burnout from years of having to hide and pretend, which I can understand that.
That's a possibility.
You think so?
But I don't really, I don't know.
I guess
Could
you
be.
have to think about it more.
Yeah. If I'm out, like at doing a lot of activities during the day, I can come and just wind down for a couple hours and then get back to my routine, and I'm fine. But when you mentioned the depression, that lingers, and so that may be part of it, and I haven't thought about that.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I think that's affected me. Like, it's hard pretending to be normal. I have to put a lot of effort into not bounce my leg because, I got attacked once. My leg got attacked for bouncing, and so people don't like that. And I got teased for chewing my tongue, so I can't do that. And I know you're supposed to look people in the eye, and I know I'm supposed to be interested what people are talking about. even though I'd rather talk about psychology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stressful, trying to fit in so you're not bullied and stuff. Do you think you have spent much of your life functioning or over functioning or under functioning?
I would say under functioning.
Why do you say that?
Because I just
That feels,
haven't been very successful at anything.
you think your autism has prevented you
Yeah.
from being successful?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you'd gotten diagnosed when you were younger, either in adulthood, your 20s, or in
I
teenage,
don't
do you think
know.
it had been helpful?
I don't know if I've thought of that, and at the same time, it may have the stigma, because not understanding it may have hindered me. So I don't know.
That's a good point. When you were
Right.
growing up, if
Yeah.
there is still heavily a stigma with
Right.
it. I've had people tell me, "Well, you don't look autistic,"
Mm-hmm.
which I think is kind of insulting,
Mm-hmm.
to tell you the truth, because I don't look
Because how
autistic.
is autism supposed to look?
Yeah, am I supposed to look, stupid? How does stupid look? like, like I don't know what they mean by that. Do you know, now that you realize, obviously I'm not asking all the questions I had printed out, but do you think now that you realize you have autism, are you better able to get your needs met or set limits if you need to? Like, if you can't be in a crowd, can you tell people, let's meet here, it's less crowded?
No, I don't do that.
Okay. Still working on that
Still
stuff.
working on that.
Understand.
I'm a people pleaser, so if they want to meet there, then I'll go.
And suffer through it,
Right.
which is what I do too.
But I do have a problem, like at restaurants, about where I sit at the table.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
We've always joked. Are you talking about you can't have your back to the crowd?
Right.
We've always joked that you were shot in the back in a previous lifetime. I've actually always thought that maybe you were like a gambler in the Wild West.
No, but I've thought that too.
What was it, Kit Carson? Somebody was
I don't-
shot in the back. I don't know.
I
I thought, well,
don't
maybe
remember.
you were gambling with him. But maybe it's just you're autistic.
Maybe.
See
But
how
it
you...
does bother me because I'm always looking behind me to see.
Yeah. And it's funny now when I'm with somebody and I go into a restaurant and they choose a seat, I always make sure I give them the one with their back to the wall.
I do too. If it's possible. There have been times that I haven't been able to do that, but most of the time
Yeah, it's trained in me. You give the other person their back to the wall.
unless we go together.
Then it doesn't bother me, honestly. Maybe because I've never been able to let it bother me. You've always had to have your back to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Before learning about autism, how did you explain any of your struggles to yourself? What did you think was the problem?
I thought I was just shy and lack of self-confidence and not too smart and didn't really think about it.
Did you thought something was wrong with you?
Mhm.
Like you were defective
Mm-hmm.
or broken?
Broken or not as confident as my sisters and that kind of thing.
And I actually think your sisters, I really do think Teresa had autism. She passed away recently. But I think hers was mild, like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't decide about Rita. I do think Rita had ADD. I'm like 99% certain about that. Now that you know you have autism, does it change how you talk to yourself internally? Do you still think of yourself as being not smart or broken? Or is it different now that you realize some of these challenges
It's a little
are due to
different. I know I'm not stupid. I know that. And I know about the eye contact and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's for awareness.
Are you learning more about yourself
I am.
because of autism or other things?
Oh, mostly autism, but some of it just, age.
Makes sense. Okay. What would you tell any other woman who is just now beginning to suspect or wonder if she has autism? Like, what do you want other women to
They
know?
need to learn to talk to somebody that knows what they're dealing with.
You think
So
they need to get
maybe
diagnosed?
a support group or diagnosis or something like that.
A support group or diagnosis? I don't think we have any support groups in
Right.
in our area. We could use one.
Or counseling.
Counseling, which is one reason why I became a counselor. Not because I knew I had autism, but it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out I'm different. So I figured I'll become a counselor and help other people who are different, who've had my problems. And then lo and behold, my problem is autism. Makes sense.
Yep.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't think of anything. All right.